it's Raimi, and today I am so excited because I wanted to do a video like this for a while, just kind of like doing a thorough tracking of how much I actually read every week. Some weeks are going to vary from others, and I'm probably, going to be a little bit more motivated to read this week because I'm tracking it. But I just kind of wanted to see like how much am I actually reading, like hours wise, how many pages, how many books do I typically get through in a week, like that kind of thing. So I thought it would be fun to do kind of like a more structured reading vlog like that and just like time my reading, see how much I'm actually reading every week. And I think this will also be a good motivator for me to kind of get off my phone because I've been a little addicted to my phone, not gonna lie. So I think this video has come at the perfect time for me to kind of reassess, reshift, readjust my perspective and how I'm spending my time and kind of putting more effort into reading this week. With that being said, let's get into the video reading our first book and see how much we read on Monday. I am here. I have my, can you see it? My stopwatch. And I have my book. So we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm like all snuggled in here. The sun's coming in and it feels so nice. So I'm gonna sit here for a little bit and read. So here we go. Can you see that? Oh. Oh. There we go. We're starting. I'm stopping for right now. I'm gonna go make some dinner. So I'm gonna pause. We got just under 40 minutes, 39 minutes. So yeah, I'd say we got some good reading in. This thing will not stay down. Anyway, I'm gonna go make some dinner and then do some more reading in a little bit, but things are happening in this book and it's so intense. Like, I do not want to put my book down, but I need food. I'm so hungry. I got to page 490. I'm making my way through. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when I start reading again. It is 12:26 right now. I'm tired, it's late. We got to 2 hours and 5 minutes today, and I'd say that's pretty good for me starting halfway through the day, and we're calling it for the night. I'm so excited. It's really good. It's getting super good. I mean, it already was good, but there's just so much intensity happening and I'm so curious. Like, there's not that much left of the book. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen still. So we'll see. I will see you guys in the morning when I start reading tomorrow. For the wrap up for Monday, I had hair on my phone. I read for a total of 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I read 72 pages. That's crazy to me. and that's not a lot of pages per hours read. I'm a little bit of a slow reader. That's okay. 72 pages I feel like is a good amount of pages. It just took me a while to get there. Yeah, that's a little surprising. So we'll see throughout the rest of the week, but for some reason that just seems like not a lot of pages for spending over 2 hours reading. I'm curious to know what the average reading speed is. I feel like when I'm in the book and I'm reading, I feel like I'm going through it quickly, but maybe not, I don't know. That is the wrap up of Monday. Let's move on to Tuesday. It is not morning, it is actually 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna probably sit here and read for maybe another 30 minutes while I drink my coffee, and then I want to go on a little afternoon walk. It's so hot outside, but I have just been cooped up inside all day. But I have read for 25 minutes today thus far. I didn't turn on the camera just because it was kind of like sporadic and I had a busy morning. I just wanted to do a little check-in with you guys. So I'm gonna start. Ooh, gotta like lean forward so you can see it. I'm gonna start the timer again and we're gonna read. Something really sweet just happened. I think that's a good part to end on. And I'm gonna press stop. We're at 3 hours and 8 minutes. And my foot has fallen asleep as well, so I think that means it's time to get up and do something else, to switch it up, you know what I'm saying? If you've read this book, I'll tell you. It was page 573. If you know, you know. I feel it's so hard talking about the last book of a series because there's ultimately like nothing that you can say aside from like the story is based on Nesta and her character and it follows her closely instead of the other books that follow Farah. And so like that's, I feel like really the only thing that I could say that's like not like some like major spoiler. So do you ever have that where like you've been reading for a solid amount of time and then you close the book and you have to like kind of come back to reality and you're like, okay, like what are we doing? What is going on? The sound of my voice sounds weird and loud because I've just been sitting here in like the quiet and like relaxed and like reading, and so it just, everything feels like a lot right now. But I've got stuff to do. So I will check back in with you guys when I start reading again. So for Tuesday, we read 123 pages and the total amount of time that we spent reading is 3 hours and 19 minutes, which again, I don't know, that just doesn't feel like a good pages read to time spent reading ratio. But yeah, that was what happened on Tuesday. Good morning. I have my cashew milk latte. It's pretty good. And We are going to sit outside and read for maybe like 15 minutes before I have to go to work. I have about 90 pages left in the book and we're just gonna read. I'm on chapter 65. We're gonna see how far I can get in about 15 minutes. Okay, we're gonna start the timer and we're gonna read. Pause it right now. I am headed off to work and I will catch up with you guys when I get to read again later today. So yeah, talk to you guys in a little bit. I'm back home reading and I also just got to chapter 68 and something really sweet happened. This freaking book is getting me so bad. Jeez. I'm reading through, if you want to know, like page 693 through 698. Oh my gosh. Literally can't handle it. My bun has gone sideways. Things are happening. I feel like I can't handle this. There's like literally I think 30 pages left. I'm like yeah. I moved outside because one, it's so nice outside. It's like 82 degrees. And two, I just needed a change of scenery because so much is happening. So we're gonna finish these last 30 pages and I'm freaking out, okay? I'm freaking out. One thing after another, okay? I just cried on my book. Oh my gosh. she's done. It's done. This behemoth is done. Oh my freaking goodness. That last 100 pages? Holy freaking moly. That's what I have to say about that. I just need to sit with this for a minute, okay? I need to sit with this for a minute and just like... And my sister was definitely right in saying that it's not a cliffhanger, but it does leave so much open for there to be continuation of the story, which I really liked. So I think Sarah J Maas did a great job on completing this book. It's just insane that I'm officially done with this series thus far. One of my favorite series. Done. So I think I just need to sit with that for a minute. For my reading wrap up on Wednesday, I wound up reading 90 pages, and unfortunately I completely lost the timer. It went weird. It did something whack. It said I read for 15 hours, which is absolutely not accurate. I was curious to know about how long it took me to read those 90 pages, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. But I did wind up finishing A Court of Silver Flames on Wednesday, which was just crazy. I just can't even believe that I'm done with the series. That just kind of blows me away. Like, I feel like I've been reading this series for a while. For most of this year, I've spent reading this series. So it's just kind of crazy that it's already over. And I know that there's potential for there to be more books in the ACOTAR series, so I'm holding out hope for that. But yes, Wednesday, 90 pages, and we finished A Court of Silver Flames, so that's a win. Let's see what we did on Thursday. That's not right. Okay, I gotta do some calculations and figure out my last time check-in. That's so annoying. Okay. Well, we're gonna reset it because obviously this is not correct. But I guess from here on out, I'll probably just do like how much I've read for today. Well, I'm about to go to a coffee shop, do some reading. I'm putting my Kindle in my bag. I've got my camera right there. I'm gonna take you as well. And yeah, they have the best avocado toast. So I'm gonna go get some avocado toast. Try not to be frustrated about this whole timer mess up thing. And then we're gonna do some reading while we're there too, because it's just fun, you know? So yeah, let's go. So for Thursday's wrap up, we have a little bit better of a ratio. We have 56 pages and an hour and 20 minutes. So that, for some reason, seems to me like the reading is speeding up a little bit. I think I was reading on my Kindle on Thursday. I was reading Hunting Werewolves and Other Bad Dates, which I absolutely loved. I was so glad to finish it, and I moved on to book 2, and I'm so excited. It's such a cute little series. It's so hilarious and heartwarming all at the same time, and I think the concept is so cute, and just some of the little nuanced things that are thrown into the story are so good. and you're still getting a lot of that fantasy lore and a lot of the fantasy characters that you know and love, with kind of just being such a unique adaptation to the story. And I've absolutely been loving it, and I just think it's such a fun read. And so I just moved right on to book 2, and book 2 is only 199 pages, so it's short and sweet. I will probably move on to book 3 unless for some reason book 2 is like just, you know, not very good or whatever. I feel like the amount of time spent reading to page ratio is a little bit better. Let's see what we do on Friday. Hello, good morning. It is Friday. I actually did wind up finishing Hunting Werewolves and Other Bad Dates, and it was so cute. So I moved on to the second book, which is Stalking Reapers and Other Failed Dates. And also these covers are just so stinking cute. And I was searching my bookshelves this morning because I was like, what am I gonna read next? Like, I finished ACOSAF, I finished the ACOTAR series, and I have Throne of Glass, but I'm not really ready to start like a huge series like that again. So I picked up Nettle and Bone. I don't think I'm vibing it. I'm not really feeling it right now. It's very like fall vibes. I think this is gonna be one that I save for the fall, because I think this will literally be perfect for that when it starts getting a little chilly, a little darker. But yeah, right now, not the vibe. I'm gonna switch it out for Liar's Crown, and we're gonna try that one out, and we're gonna see how we feel. So I am having a little bit of a dilemma, okay? So I started the Liar's Crown. I made it to page 13, really far into the book, really just getting into this book. Here's my dilemma, okay? So I'm all about starting this book, but I'm so into my Kindle book right now that I only really want to read this. I'm just so motivated to read this right now and read on my Kindle. I have been really enjoying reading on my Kindle. I think that I'm gonna probably read this book, maybe finish it, and then come back to Liar's Crown, because it was getting really good. We were finally kind of getting into, like, the prologue was so kind of hard to get through because it was in third person's perspective. It was throwing a lot of lore in the story. It was kind of about when the twins were born. It was just like a huge info dump. But then we got into the first and second chapter. I really liked it because it's first person. It's a little less overwhelming, not so info dumpy. And yeah, I'm liking it so far. So I'm not putting it down necessarily. I'm just reading this little guy right now because it's just so good and so hilarious and so, yeah, love. I need to put my phone down because I have been on my phone for the last 30 minutes when I said I was gonna read. It's fine, it happens. I'm holding myself accountable. We're gonna start the timer and we're gonna freaking read, okay? It's gonna happen. I'm starting right now. I put the phone down. We're gonna read. A new day, and we have Friday's wrap up. For Friday, I read 99 pages and I read for exactly 2 hours. We have 2 hours on the clock for Friday. The reading ratio got a little bit better over the week, and I think truly it's because I read a lot faster on my Kindle, and I don't think I'm alone in that. So I finished A Court of Silver Flames this week, and then I also finished Hunting Werewolves and Other Bad Dates, and then I am halfway through Stalking Reapers and Other Failed Dates, which is exciting. I feel like finishing 2 books in a week and being halfway through another book is definitely a good place to be. I also wanted to add up the amount of hours just because I'm curious about how many hours and how many pages I read. The hours is not going to be 100% accurate because if you remember on Wednesday, the timer like completely screwed up, but we can guesstimate. For the total amount of pages I read this week, it was, or Monday through Friday, it was 440 pages. And then the total amount of hours that I have calculated that I know are accurate is 8 hours and 44 minutes. And then if we kind of do some guesstimation, on Wednesday I read 90 pages. So I'm assuming that it took me like 2.5 hours. So that would be like 11 hours and some change. I feel like this was a really good reading week. I really enjoyed tracking it and kind of being a little bit more aware of the time that I was spending reading, trying to be more intentional about spending less time on my phone. And I think what really helped with that a lot is reading really good books. But yeah, I would say overall, it was a pretty successful reading week. And I will definitely say that not every single week is like this week. Not every single week I'm as successful. Some weeks I read more, some weeks I read less, but this was just kind of like a glimpse into how much I read during the week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.